and then you're the one that bought insurance from those other guys, so you deal with them. Hey there, my name is Jason. I'm a registered polysomnographic technologist, or a sleep tech. I'm also the founder of freesleepapadvice.com and the forum freesleepapadvice.com/forum. So this is a shameless plug for another website, another business that I have called axgsleepdiagnostics.com. So what we do is we offer sleep testing. So now I am talking to you, truck drivers and pilots. Now you guys know at this point, I'm sure you're all very well aware that you guys are being red flagged if you have a neck larger than a certain circumference, and if you have a BMI or body mass index above a certain amount, you're being required to have a sleep study. So what my company does is we offer type 2 sleep studies. Now these are different from every other type of home sleep test in that we use EEG, which is your brain activity. That is the main difference, but another large difference is body position. So when you look at type 3 and type 4 studies, type 4 is just, throw that out. It's so bad, I don't even want to talk about it. Now type 3 has everything mine has, except it does not have your heart data, your EKG rhythm, and oftentimes it does not have body position. So what can go wrong if you don't have body position? Well, if you don't have body position, let me start this over again. So what could go wrong if you don't have EEG? If you don't have EEG, you don't know if you're awake and you don't know if you're asleep. So what the test does is it assumes that once you hit that button or once it turns on automatically, everything from the start of this to the end of it, it assumes is sleep. So what happens if you're awake and you're sneezing or you're coughing or you're rolling around? That's gonna change your breathing. And so when these guys get the study back from a type 3 or type 4 test, all they do is auto score it. The computer just sees these differences in the breathing airflow line and it says, oh, apnea, hypopnea, apnea, hypopnea. It just does that automatically. No one's looking at it. No one's analyzing it. It is what it is. Next thing you know, your doctor gets that report back and it says you have severe sleep apnea or moderate sleep apnea. Or even worst case scenario, it even says maybe you were awake all night and you're just laying there breathing normally the entire night because you have all this crap on you and you can't sleep. Well, now this test is gonna say that your sleep was perfect, you slept the entire time and you had no breathing events. But maybe for you, you're extremely tired. Maybe you're one of those people that does have sleep apnea. And so you're either gonna get a diagnosis that is not appropriate for you, or you're not gonna get a diagnosis that you should have gotten. So with accurate sleep time and accurate sleep staging, one, it diagnoses you accurately, which really is the goal of this entire thing. Why do it otherwise? And it also opens up the door for different options for therapy. So recently I just did a study on a pilot and he's actually already on CPAP. So what we found with this gentleman is that now he doesn't have to be treated with CPAP, but instead he can be treated with something called positional therapy, which is just fancy for you can stay on your side and you don't have to do all's good. Airline pilots, you guys have a different set of circumstances in that your test, you have to have EEG. So type 2 test or a type 1, which would be considered an in-lab sleep study, are the only options available for you. So some of the problems with in-lab sleep studies you may or may not know is that you're in a strange bed, you're not your pillow, different sleeping environment. Climate control is for everyone in there, and so it's not exactly what you want. It can be noisy. It can be very awkward. It's like that first night effect when you're sleeping in a hotel room, which as airline pilots you guys are probably used to, but it's probably more desirable to be tested in your own bed. So there is another company out there that does do type 2 tests. However, their information that they record, and I know this, don't ask how, insider knowledge, they do not even look at the data. What they do is they get this information back, and what they do is they auto score it. So it's letting the computer determine what is and what isn't sleep and what is and what isn't sleep apnea. Now computers are horrible at this. There's a lot of differences in people's electroencephalogram. Their brain activity, it looks different on different people, and so you have to really get a baseline of this and have a lot of experience in it, and something a computer or a computer algorithm is not good at. It actually can't even do the respiratory very well, and those are supposed to be clear cut. So with my service, what we do is we actually go through every single epic. There's usually about 1,000 pages of data. We go through every single one of them and we give you the best diagnosis possible. And also, to make it a little more fun for you, we don't accept insurance at all. However, we will supply you with an insurance form so that you can seek reimbursement from your insurance company, your insurance provider. What we found is that when we are doing this insurance paperwork, it takes us probably 5 times longer than it does to actually do the study. The insurance company also kind of creates a wedge between us and you, and we don't like that. We'd rather spend our time focusing on you, and then you're the one that bought insurance from those other guys, so you deal with them. What we'll do is we'll pass the savings on to you, and so what you'll see typically is that even got a type 3 test, which we do a better one, remember, we do type 2. A type 3 test typically bills in the area of $2,500. Ba-boom. Our test is $459, and that also includes, which the type 3 doesn't usually include, ours includes a physician's interpretation of it, which typically can be anywhere from $200 to $300 for them just to go over the report. We have a deal with some doctors, and so they're willing to do it for less. Anyway, if you're looking for this service, if you need a type 2 test, if you're a trucker or an airline pilot, we're here for you. We have a service for you that's tailor-made for you. And please visit axgsleepdiagnostics.com to check it out, or even give us a call and talk about it. Again, my name is Jason. Thanks, bye. And this has been a shameless plug.